Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. The Dakar Rally is the first big motorsport event of the year, and in 2025 it's back with new teams and new competitors. Still not going anywhere near Dakar though. Let's take a look at every category at this year's Dakar Rally, do a preview of the big players in each, and at the end I'll give some predictions. I have to say this year's entry list is a lot less interesting than 2024's. No quad bikes this time round, although the quad field was getting smaller and smaller, a lot less diversity in the classics category, mostly Mitsubishi Pajeros, and even the SSV and truck categories look a bit thinner, and only 5 Mission 1000 competitors. Regardless, the bikes and cars are still packed to the brim with top brands, some new, and quality drivers. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into this look at the 2025 Dakar Rally. I started last year with the quads, but as they are absent, we'll jump straight onto the bikes instead. 9 manufacturers were represented in 2024, and all 9 have representation here, but we are joined by a couple of new runners. Spanish manufacturer Raiju and a Hoto factory racing team, joining the running alongside KTM, GasGas, Honda, Hero, Husqvarna, Cove, Sherco, Fantic and Yamaha. Considering the recent news of huge debts threatening to capsize KTM, and GasGas also struggling financially, it's a good sign to see so many different makes in the Dakar. Along with the news, Lewis Hamilton will be part of a consortium to buy KTM. Investment is important wherever it comes from. I am not a bike expert. I have ridden motorbikes 3 times in my life and fallen off each time, so my thoughts on this class come down to what I know about the riders more than the bikes themselves. It'll be the usual bunch fighting for the win. 2024 winner Ricky Brabec will be going for a 3rd Dakar win on his Honda, whilst Pablo Quintanilla will be looking for his first after finishing on the podium a few times before. Ross Branch will always be one to watch on the Hero. The Benavides brothers and Stefan Zvitko on the KTMs. No Sam Sunderland, Toby Price or Matthias Volkner in 2025. Those big names mean opportunities for others could make it a interesting podium at the end of this rally. I'm going for a shock podium of Sebastian Bueller ahead of Ross Branch and Bradley Cox, a Hero 1-2 in 2025. The Challenger class is bigger than it was last year. In 2025, over 50 T3 entries will be heading off at the start. That's compared to the 40 that set off in 2024. None of the previous winners of this class are taking part in it in 2025, so we are guaranteed a new winner. A lot of different manufacturers: Taurus, G-Rally, X-Raid, MMP, Arcane, Can-Am, Apache, Oryx, PH Sport, Demon and Rytec all have T3s running. Not really anyone I would class as a big name, but there are a few long-time Dakar runners, such as Xavier Foge and Annette Quantz. Could be anyone's, frankly, so my predictions will be a win for Gert van der Valk, ahead of Luis Portela Moraes and William Buhler. There are also 40 runners in the SSV class. This is filled with talented riders, but only 2 different SSVs, the BRP Can-Am Maverick and the Polaris Razor. Francisco Lopez Contado has to be favourite. He has won this class twice before, as well as the T3 class, and has finished on the podium in the bike class a couple of times. Former quad class winner Manuel Andujar is also running in this class in 2025. Sarah Price of X Games fame, Gerard Fares has been a podium finisher on bikes, and of course last year's winner Xavier de Sautre has to be considered. Some combination of those drivers will be the podium, but the winner will be Francisco Lopez Contado, taking a 4th Dakar victory. I can see him moving on to cars in the next few years, or maybe back to bikes. Mission 1000 is completely pointless in 2025, only 5 entries, and they're not anything all that exciting or groundbreaking. There are 3 Segway electric bikes, which is less fun than a normal Segway entering the Dakar Rally. There is also a hydrogen-powered SSV and a hydrogen-powered truck that we have seen before, but at least might be somewhat noteworthy. The classics as well are far less interesting, possibly more entries, but a lot of Mitsubishi Pajeros and Toyota Land Cruisers. The really interesting cars to look out for are a couple of Porsches, a Peugeot 504, Citroen 2CVs, Audi Quattros, Renault R30, Isuzu Vehicross, which might be one of the ugliest things I have ever seen, and a Peugeot 205. A few trucks as well, including a couple of Mercedes Unimog, a Hot Wheels classic in my books. With Russians and the Kamaz truck company that have dominated the truck class of the Dakar for so long still not allowed to enter, Iveco have a chance to go 3 in a row. A lot of the top drivers are in Ivecos this year. Last year's top 3 are all in Iveco's. Martin Macic, Ali Laprace and Mitchell van der Brink will all be fighting for the win. 15 of the 44 trucks entries are Iveco's, but 16 of them are MAN's, led by Jose Manuel Sabat, Zolt Darazai, Jordi Esteve Oro, John Cockburn and others. A lot of experienced drivers for MAN, but a MAN hasn't won since 2008. Only Iveco and Kamaz have won since then. Since Iveco and MANs take up a third of the field, I'll just quickly run through the other 13 runners. 3 Tatra drivers, all driven by Czech drivers. You have to go back to 2001 for the last time a Tatra won the Dakar. There's a Hino with a Japanese crew. Hino haven't won since 1997. 4 Scanias, never won the Dakar. A few DAFs, a Volvo and a Mercedes Unimog. Given the sheer number of Ivecos and MANs, I would expect them to fill the top spots. But I think it'll be an Iveco 1, 2, 3 with Alès Laprace winning from Mitchell van der Brink and Martin van der Brink. Finally, we have the cars, and there has been a big shake-up with the top drivers all in different cars to 2024. 5 times winner Nasser Al-Attiyah is driving the new Dacia Sandrider. We saw debut in Morocco last year. It already looks like a strong contender, and with some of the best Dakar drivers at the wheel in Al-Attiyah, Sebastian Loeb and Cristina Gutierrez, they'll be on for the win straight away. Audi is gone, but Ford are pretty much a direct replacement for them, taking last year's winner Carlos Sainz and getting Matthias Ekstrom, Nina Roma and Mitchell Guthrie, with non-works entries for Martin Prokop and Carol Turney. Nearly 20 Toyotas, but the best ones to look out for are Yazid Al-Raji, Lucas Moraes, Seth Quintero, Janelle De Villiers, Ruckus Bachasuka, and most interestingly of all, Toby Price with Sam Sunderland navigating. How will the regular winners on bikes get on sharing a car? Gurlane Shisharik and Guillaume Demevius are leading a field of 6 mini JCW rally cars. The Coronel brothers are in a Century, and there are entries from MD Optimus, Hanway, and a Volkswagen Amarok for Daniel Schroeder. A very mixed up class with plenty of entries. I think we'll see a Dacia domination first time out, with Sebastian Loeb winning the Dakar for the first time, ahead of his teammate Nasser Al-Attiyah and Toyota driver Yazid Al-Raji. I think Ford will implode in 2025. Carlos Sainz is 62. He can't keep winning the Dakar Rally. So that is a preview of the top runners in the 2025 Dakar Rally in Saudi Arabia. It all kicks off on the 3rd of January at Bisha and finishes 2 weeks later at Shubataya. Let me know your predictions in the comments. Will Dacia win their first Dakar, or will they be stopped by Toyota, Ford or someone else? Who'll win the bikes? Who'll win the other classes? Make sure you subscribe for more on the Dakar Rally and all motorsport, and we get stuck into the new year. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.